Welcome viewers to TVBox Stop, the channel for the best reviews in TV boxes and accessories. Today's video is another release from the developers of Ugoos, and this is the Ugoos X3 Cube, and it's built on the latest Amlogic S905X3 CPU running on Android 9 Pie operating system. Up next, I have a full review with benchmark scores and live demonstrations. So stay tuned, you have that and more after this. So this is the X3 Cube by Ugoos, and this is the box that it's shipped in. Below the box they have some specifications in fine print. If you look closer, it says that the CPU is the S905X3 quad-core Cortex-A55. The GPU is the ARM G31MP2 with OpenGL ES 3.2 and Vulkan 1.0. It has 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of internal storage. It has 802.11 dual-band AC Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.2, Ethernet LAN speeds of up to 1000 megabits per second, and the operating system is Android 9 Pie. So without further ado, I will unpack its contents. So in the box, you have the X2 Cube TV box itself. You get this infrared remote. It's a standard remote, and it can come in handy for basic navigation and special features that may require the use of the stock remote. However, as an advanced user you may want to consider using a wireless air mouse or a mini touchpad keyboard. I placed a link to the latest air mouse in the description area. You get one very short HDMI cable, one IR receiver cable, a 5 volts 2.5 amps micro USB power adapter, an external antenna, and the last item here is a user's manual. Let's take a close-up look at the box. The body has a unique design and it's made of plastic with a glossy surface with the X3 Cube logo printed to the top. To what appears to be the front, you have one USB 2.0 port, one USB 3.0, a microSD card reader, and some ventilation holes. To the rear of the box, you have one Ethernet LAN port, one optical audio SPDIF port, an external antenna, a reset button, and some more ventilation holes. To one side, you have the HDMI port. To the other side, you have the LED power light, one audio-video port, the IR receiver port, and the micro-USB power input. And below the box you have 4 rubber legs and no ventilation holes. I will now connect to my TV and capture card and continue. So I have connected the box. And as you boot up for the first time, you will see the Ugoos X3 boot up animation for a few seconds. Then you're presented with another one of Ugoos's new features, which is the option of the default launcher, and a new custom Ugoos alternative launcher. So for this review I will use the default launcher. In similar fashion to their other recent models, it adopts the layout and design of your favorite alternative launchers like the ADW Launcher 2 and the EV Launcher. It features horizontal click and drag panels, something that can only be done with the use of an air mouse. Another air mouse feature is the ability to drag and drop apps from the apps section directly to the launcher's home screen and create shortcuts. You can also remove these shortcuts or uninstall apps using this drag and drop feature. Another feature is the long click menu pop-up feature for apps, another feature only accessible when using an air mouse. There's more. You can long click anywhere on the home screen and bring up the wallpaper options, widget options, and home screen options. And last but not least, they have included a navigation bar and a fully functional notifications bar with system control tools. This launcher is the same version used in their recent models, and it also comes with all its amazing features. Under the X3 settings you have the advanced root switch feature. This feature allows you to enable superuser access to the core root files of the system. But enabling this comes with a warranty warning, because if something goes wrong with the root files of the system, Ugoos is not responsible for damages to your box. However, they have provided an innovative way for you to have root access for apps that require it, without actually having to mess with the core root files of the system. And that is the same silent root option we saw in all their recent models. It's a custom root feature designed for you to install apps that require root access, and at the same time protecting the root files of the system. You can also totally disable root access. You have the hardware monitor feature. This feature allows you to show information in the notifications bar for monitoring various hardware states. These include monitoring the CPU temperature, CPU frequency, CPU load, and RAM load information. You can also turn on numerical values for the various monitors with this checkbox. The next exciting feature is the gamepad keymapping feature. This keymapping feature has to be configured using the included stock remote, together with a USB wired gamepad or a Bluetooth gamepad. Using a mouse will only make the keymapper try to program the mouse as a gamepad. In previous models I was unable to apply the mapped configurations to play Android games, so I will attempt it again in this review. Other features of the launcher include file server or client setting, which is your Samba server options to use with your NAS drive servers. Wireless assistant feature. The wireless assistant option is a feature that allows you to use your mobile phone as a remote control or as a gamepad to play Android games. You have some debug settings, user script settings, and the option to turn off the navigation bar and status bar. Under device preferences you have the following features: 4K HDR display resolution up to 2160p at 60 Hz. Dolby Vision display settings. HDR display settings. You have the advanced screen rotation settings, eliminating the need to install a screen rotation app. Advanced CEC settings, featuring new options to synchronize with the TV's volume control, and the option to automatically change the TV's language to match that of the boxes. And Dolby Audio and DTS audio options. You can leave the setting to allow the system to automatically choose the right format which is recommended, or you can manually enable the formats you so choose. In the apps section, these are the apps they have included, and it's left up to the user to install the apps they so choose. They have included Miracast and AirPin Pro for casting your mobile devices, and there's a special app for programming the blue buttons on the stock remote. So I will pause for a second and install some additional apps needed to complete my review. So I'm back. And to begin testing its features I will first test if alternative launchers work on this box. So in similar fashion to all their recent models, I installed the ADW Launcher 2 and it works with all features working. I already showed that you have screen rotation from the X2 settings, so I will now show its root access information. The X3 comes without root by default, so I will enable the silent root option and restart the box to activate it. So after the restart, here it shows that the box is rooted running on Android 9 operating system. And the warning remains in effect. Don't try to install or update the SuperUser app, as it will put your box into a permanent boot loop that can't be fixed by a simple hard reset. It will take a flash of the firmware to restore it. I will now show its DRM information. It shows that the box has Google Widevine Level 3 with no HDCP protection. So this means that Netflix and Amazon Prime will only show in standard 480p quality. First, I have the results of the RAM and internal storage read and write speeds. The Ugoos X3 has a RAM copy speed of 3250 megabytes per second. The internal storage has a read speed of 104 megabytes per second and a write speed of 53. In comparison to the X2, the RAM copy speed is slightly lower by 400 points, but the internal storage read and write speeds are the same. Next, I have the results of the Wi-Fi speed test. The X2 Cube was able to hit the maximum speed of my internet package on the 5 GHz Wi-Fi band and on the LAN port. The 2.4 band fell below by 52%. So for the best performance, use the 5 GHz and the LAN port. Next, I have the results of the Antutu Benchmark. The X3 Cube got a score of 64,600. This is a good score, and it's a bit higher than the X2. So we'll see in a minute where it places on the rankings chart. In the Geekbench 4 CPU benchmark, the box got a score of 854 single-core and 2,278 multi-core. This score is expected given the higher CPU clock speed of 1.9 GHz over the 1.8 in the X2. The final results are the Ice Storm Extreme and the Slingshot GPU graphics benchmark. The X3 Cube got a score of 5,665 in the Ice Storm Extreme, and in the Slingshot test, it scored 525. These scores are also slightly higher than the X2, and it should place well on the rankings chart. Let's go to that now. So the scores are in. And the Ugoos X3 Cube took position number 12 in reference to Antutu Scores, even beating the X2 Pro in the process. You can go to my website and view it in full spreadsheet format, where you can interact with it and compare scores. See the link in the description area. I will now put it through some tests to demonstrate its entertainment features. To start the live segment, I will start with Netflix. Netflix does not come pre-installed, nor can you install it off of the Google Play Store. It has to be sideloaded via APK download, or using an APK store, and install it from app stores like the Aptoide or APK Pure. Version 2.261 works fine on this box. However, due to limited DRM support, Netflix only shows in standard 480p quality, which is still very watchable in good clean quality. I also installed Amazon Prime, and it is available on the Google Play Store. Amazon Prime is also limited. YouTube doesn't come pre-installed, so I installed the Android TV version and it plays in 4K quality. I will now play my list of 4K videos in HDR format, and a second set of videos with Dolby Atmos and DTS audio formats.
and only a win for Barca would be enough, because it would give them the same number of points as Atletico. Helping him up, that looks to me as though Costa is not going to be able to continue with him. Alves back to Fabregas. Good run by Messi. Oh, what a tremendous goal! 1-0 to Barcelona. Alexis Sanchez. Awesome strike. I don't think Courtois even saw it. The angle was
juries, executioners, judges.
Now clear of doors.
Welcome to the inside of the head.
Panel.
So the samples played without issues, even the difficult jellyfish video with high bitrate. I will now connect it to my receiver and test for Dolby Atmos, Dolby Surround Sound, and DTS audio pass-through.
Welcome to the inside of your head.
This is the left channel. Next, we have the center channel. Over here is the right channel.
So this test proves that the X3 Cube has Dolby Atmos and DTS audio pass-through. For pass-through to work in the Kodi Media Player, you have to enable all the digital audio options manually. The box comes with 16 GB of internal storage, which is already reduced. So it's only fitting that I connect my 2 TB external hard drive via USB, and format it in the storage settings area to shared internal storage before I begin the gaming segment. The X3 Cube detected the 2 TB drive and it was able to convert the entire drive to shared internal storage. So now that I have sufficient storage, I will install and play some Android games to test the Cube's rendering and gamepad keymapping capabilities.
Here comes the cross. Oh, in goes the cross. And it's back to him again. And now he's looking for some support. He's got to score! What a chance! Wonderful finish!
Intruder detected.
Shit! Hell yeah! Oh, that was gross! Hell yeah! Hey, here comes the goodies.
The games played okay with some slight throttling in the more graphic-intensive games. The temperature remained fairly stable, but keep monitoring it in case of sudden increases. I still can't fully configure the built-in keymapping feature to play games, but the Octopus and Panda keymapping apps work perfectly. In summary, the X3 Cube is an improvement over the previous X2 model and it has the same great features and more. It has the latest Amlogic S905X3 hardware running on Android 9 operating system. It has the best feature-rich interface for 2019 from the developers of Ugoos. It comes with the root switch silent root feature, advanced launcher with pop-up menu and drag-and-drop features, Ugoos's very own custom launcher. It has a navigation bar and status bar, mobile remote control feature, good 4K video playback featuring Dolby Vision, Dolby Audio, and DTS surround output. Kodi and other alternative forms of streaming work great. It has HDR output display quality. Alternative launchers work perfectly. It has advanced screen rotation features built into the launcher. It has great benchmark scores. You can hotspot the box and share internet with mobile devices. It can read and convert a 2 TB external hard drive via USB to shared internal storage. And 3D gaming is good with gamepad keymapping apps working well. On the downside, the box only has digital rights for Netflix to play in standard 480p quality. The included HDMI cable is too short. The 2.4 Wi-Fi band fell below by 52% of the maximum speed of my internet package. During the gaming segment I got a couple of random skipped frames, and I believe this is due to insufficient vents on the box. Though the heat levels remained stable through most of the video, there were times when it climbed above 60, and they should have included vents to the top of the box seeing that there are none below. So I have come to the end of my review. The supplier for today's review would like to extend a 32% Black Friday discount on this X3 model, and you can see the link in the description area for that offer. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I hope it was informative as well as entertaining. Remember to like this video, use my affiliate links in the description area to support my channel, and remember to click the subscribe button and the notifications bell to be notified when I release a next video or do a giveaway. Stay tuned, and see you in the next one.